Everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 favorite video game remakes. This was a difficult top 10 list because there's not a lot of video game remakes out there. Very few, actually. Very few I've personally played. And it seemed like a cool list to do. And I love video games and shit. So this list is going to be interesting, to say the least, because I haven't played every video game remake, and I'm pretty certain there's a lot more video game remakes out there. And yeah, I'm not going to include them. And one video game that made my number 10 is not even a game I really love, but I pretty much have only played 11 video game remakes, and one video game remake that I've played I find incredibly overrated. So let's get to it. Here's my top 10 personal favorite video game remakes. Just so you guys, like, I'll just put it as an honorable mention. Shadow of the Colossus is an honorable mention. I know people fucking love this game. They love it. I don't love it. I think it's overly difficult, and I'm not a fan. Not a fan of it. Just personal wise. So coming at number 10 is Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 I didn't love. I really didn't. I thought it was good for what it was. But being on the same level as the original PS1 Resident Evil 3, not even close. Not even close. The original game with Jill Valentine and the Nemesis is a fucking amazing game. It's scary. It's terrifying. It's got amazing action sequences. It's a fucking epic game. I love that game. It's probably like my third favorite Resident Evil game. It's a great game. And when I found out they're remaking it, I'm like, fuck yeah. I want to see this shit. Fuck yeah. I love Resident Evil 3. Disappointed by this remake. I liked a lot of aspects of it. Visuals were fantastic. Jill Valentine's a badass. The Nemesis is fucking cool. The collectibles were really easy. It wasn't overly difficult, which is good for me because I don't really like overly difficult games. I like easy games, and it was very easy to beat. I did not get the platinum because they required me to play it a second time, and I just didn't want to do it. I might do it later, but it's got a lot of cool stuff. The action's good. There's some frightening scenes. There's a lot of great stuff, and it's a pretty loyal remake to Resident Evil 3. The biggest problem, it's too short. It's a fucking short game. It literally will take you 5 hours to beat the game. And if you paid full price, which I did not, but if you paid full price for this game, I would be fucking livid. Like, imagine paying $80 for this game and beating it in like 5 hours, and that's it. That's it. At least Resident Evil 2, it took like 7 hours to beat, and then you could play with a different character. Like, you could play as Leon or Claire. Like, you could play as two characters. It takes a long time to beat Final Fantasy 2. But Resident Evil 3, 5 hours and you're done. Like, it was like, when you're done the game, like, was that it? Seriously? But on the bright side, again, it's visually stunning. The action is cool. And the visuals, again, are great. And Jill Valentine, it's great to see her. It's great to see the Nemesis. It's enjoyable. If it was a DLC. If it was a DLC for Resident Evil 2, it would have been amazing. But it's not, and it's a good remake. Had to make my top 10 because I haven't played a lot of remakes, but yeah. That's my rant on Resident Evil 3. Anyways, number 9, Medieval. Medieval's a good game. I never really played the PS1 Medieval. Just wasn't, I guess, I don't know why. Just wasn't my style, I guess. I'm more of a Crash Bandicoot and Spyro guy. RPG guy. Played Medieval a few months ago. Great game. Very fun. Love playing. It has, what's his name? Dan, the Crypt guy. Dan Crypt, I think his name is. Just fucking killing zombies, getting weapons, collecting gold, just slaying evil. It's just a really fun adventure night game. It's really fun. It's just a fun game. That's pretty much all I gotta say about Medieval. Very fun game. Number 8 is Doom. 2016 Doom. I know a lot of people are going to say this is not a remake. Because it's not. it's a reboot. It's a reimagining stuff. I put it on the list because I don't really have much else to put on the list, so I got to put something on there. So Doom 2016, great game. It feels like the classic Doom, but with modern visuals. The online gameplay is cool. The multiplayer is cool. The story mode and arcade mode are really great. And Doom Eternal is a lot better, but Doom 2016 is still great and a good reboot. Number 7 is the Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. They remade the Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. It was fantastic. The way they did it was amazing. The way they did the first game, they made it more difficult. Like, a lot more difficult. Like, what the fuck? A lot more difficult than they should have, but it was a challenge. It was great. The second one, Warped, one of my favorites. It didn't really change anything. It's just better visuals, more cartoony. Feels like you're playing a live cartoon video game, and it's just a blast. It just brought me back to my childhood, and I loved it. Number 6 is Zelda. Zelda Link's Awakening. Sorry, I can't talk today. Zelda Link's Awakening, really great game. I played it on the Wii, and it was fantastic. Loved it. Didn't play the 1993, but I played this one. It was great. It's very silly. It's very enjoyable. Nowhere near on the level as like Breath of the Wild, but still a really fun game. Number 5 is Final Fantasy VI, which is a remake of Final Fantasy III. Wicked game, great storytelling. I love Final Fantasy, and this is just a really cool game, and I love that they made this like a remake of the third one, which was really awesome. And playing this game was great. The characters are great. The villain is fantastic. The twist is amazing, and just one of my personal favorites. Number 4, Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank. I just actually played this pretty recently, and I fucking loved it. I never played Ratchet and Clank before, actually. I was never a Ratchet and Clank guy, but I played this one, the remake. First Ratchet Clank game I played, and I loved it. I actually want to play more of them. I thought it was a fun game. I loved playing as this guy Ratchet, and meets this little robot, and then they have to they look up to this superhero guy, but then he's kind of a fraud and shit like that. And the way they do satire on political stuff and superhero stuff is just very funny. The technology humor is great. It almost feels like you're playing like a Crash Bandicoot in a way, mixed with a little Jack and Dexter. It's a really fun game. The weapons and armor you get in this is great. The little levels you play as Little Clank is pretty great. The puzzles are really enjoyable, and it's just a great game. I had a lot of fun with Ratchet Clank. Number 3 is Tomb Raider Anniversary. Tomb Raider Anniversary was just wicked. The way they basically just redid the first game. Oh, I fucking love this game so much. I love the visuals. They still hold up to this day. I know I played this for the PS3, and it's still amazing. Oh, perfection. This is the way I like my Lara Croft. She's badass. She's great. They don't really change a lot. They just keep the visuals more grounded and make the villain more dark and gritty. I love this game. I love the puzzle building, the world adventure of Lara Croft and hunting these tombs. I love Tomb Raider Anniversary. That and Shadow of the Tomb Raider are some of the best Tomb Raider games ever. I love this game. Number 2, of course, is Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2, can't praise this game enough. I've already praised it a lot. Playing as Leon, as Kennedy, and Claire, it's just fantastic. Playing as these two characters in 2 different stories, and I love it. I love some of the new things they added. The game's a lot more terrifying than the actual original game. This game's almost pretty much better than the original game, and that game is fucking amazing. Resident Evil 2 was always my favorite Resident Evil. And when I found out they were remaking it, I was really curious. And when I played it, I fucking loved it. This is what a remake should do. It's just amazing. Number 1 is Final Fantasy VII, though. You should even know that was coming, Final Fantasy VII. And as much as I did have issues with this game, it's still an amazing game. It's an amazing accomplishment. And the way they did the characters, the story, and the visuals, and just the way they did Sephiroth and Cloud and Ares and Tifa, I loved this game. I loved playing it, and I can't wait to play it again. And out of the remakes that I've played, it's my favorite. I just realized I forgot Crash Team Racing, so I'll put it in there with the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. So yeah, that was my top 10 favorite video game remakes, in my opinion. So in the comment section below, please tell me what are your guys' top 10 favorite video game remakes in your guys' opinion. Give your thoughts and opinions. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.